So we're here at the range. We got 40-rounder and 230-rounders that we're gonna pump through this Saiga 7.62x39. Let's get to shooting this. It's smoking, probably due to some of the oil that I had left on there during installation process, but so far so good. Still doing pretty good. It feels just the top portion here, maybe just slightly warm, but it's a non-issue. I touched actually the receiver accidentally, my fault. Not the receiver, but the upper portion of this. Touched this accidentally. So far so good. Definitely holds up. The only part that I would say it does have a little bit of heat is the part that actually connects the barrel to the quad rail right here. This is where you have this screw here that connects to that little barrel clamp. So right here it's a little hot, but I pumped 100 rounds through that in a very short amount of time. But everywhere else, definitely good to go. It's definitely better than that other quad rail that I was talking to you all about. That made the whole lower portion too hot to touch. But I'm definitely happy with this setup here. Trying to see if it gets a little bit more warm. Just getting a little bit more warm, but let's see how warm it gets. We could possibly pump another 30 rounds, and that might heat it up a little bit more. So it is getting slightly hotter. It's still comfortable to touch. Again, only this portion over here where it's closer to the barrel mount. Or not even actually. You can still touch this portion. I could, if I wanted to, put maybe some thicker railing here, like the XT rail panels from Magpul. That might alleviate some of the warmness that I feel. Again, still comfortable to touch, but if I was going to dump another 100 rounds, I may need some gloves. I don't know what happened to my camera here. It shut off by itself, but I was explaining that after 100 rounds it did get a little warm, a little hot, I would say. Not enough to where you couldn't put your hands on it, but the rail ladders here. Camera here died for some reason, unfortunately, so I don't know what I ended up getting on camera or not, but I was explaining that the quad rail did get a little slightly hotter, not hot to where you couldn't be able to touch it, but it did get warm. So depending on who you are, it may be a little bit uncomfortable. The only part that does get slightly hotter than anything else is essentially where the barrel meets the quad rail via the barrel clamp here, and this right here does get a little hotter than the rest of the quad rail there. I was also suggesting that instead of these rail ladders, you could put some Magpul XT panels. Adds more of a barrier between your hands and the quad rail. But after 100 rounds, compared to the other quad rail that I had showed you, the $30 eBay one, with just one 30-round mag, that other quad rail was basically burning your hand, and with this one you don't. And that was 100 rounds. So again, definitely and liking as far as the heat resistance compared to that other one, definitely way better. It is a little costly. It's $190, but I think it's a little worth it. Adding again just another more heavy duty rail covers would solve any of these other issues that may arise as far as getting it a little warmer. But again, for 100 rounds, the way I dumped them, I don't regret my purchase. Is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, there we go.